Chapter 10 Yogi Kriyas. Yoga takes you into the present moment, the only place where life exists. What is Kriya? Kriya means action. A Kriya is a sequence of postures, pranayam and mantra that integrate together in a specific, energetic way. When you focus on a particular Kriya and practice it, the energy within your body responds by moving in a very precise way. In other forms of yoga, kriya is used to mean cleansing. Both translations work, for indeed a kriya is an action that cleanses the mind, body and spirit of blockages that might prevent it from manifesting its own highest potential. The role of asana, posture, in kriya. Asana serves four roles in a kriya. In an exercise, an asana is used to isolate specific muscles and put pressure on key points. It may also serve to increase circulation. In a meditation, posture creates the foundation for the practice. Each meditation asana triggers a specific location in the body where blocks and triggers may be removed. In energy flow, an asana provides a pathway for prana to circulate throughout the body. How to perform a kriya? When you first begin an kriya, you might feel awkward if you have never done it before. Settle into it and allow the muscles you aren't using to relax. Allow yourself to become aware of the muscles you are using. You will settle into the posture, and in that simple act of settling it, you will establish an important connection to yourself. Halsana sequence. First, lie down with your back on the floor with your hands by your sides. Second, bring your legs over your body without bending your knees. Third, place your legs beyond your head and straighten your back. As you do, stretch your legs and place your toes on the floor. Fourth, while returning to position, do not bend your knees while placing your legs back on the floor. Duration of Halsana. Remain in the pose for 3 minutes. Beginners can begin with 20 seconds and increase the duration. With practice, benefits. Halsana activates thyroid and thymus glands and improves immunity. It reduces tummy fat. It strengthens the lungs and it is a wonderful yoga for sinusitis. It increases blood circulation in the spinal cord, nerves and back muscles. It helps to relieve lower back pain. Ardhamatsendrasana, half spinal twist pose, sequence. First, bend the left leg and place the left foot on the ground, over the right knee. Second, bend the right leg and fold it so that it is resting on the ground with the right heel near the left buttock. Third, bring the right hand over the left leg and grab the big toe of the left foot. Inhale and exhaling twist the trunk of the body as much as possible, turning the neck so the gaze is over the left shoulder and encircle the waist with the left hand with the palm facing outwards. Continue to maintain the asana. Breathing normally. Benefits. Increases the elasticity of the spine, tones the spinal nerves and improves the functioning of the spinal cord. Stretches the muscles on one side of the body whilst compressing the muscles on the other side. Relieves back pain and stiffness from between the vertebrae. Useful for slip disc. Useful for diabetics. Opens the chest and increases the oxygen supply to the lungs. Increases purification of the blood as well as the internal organs. Paschimottanasana, seated forward bend. Sequence. First, sit down straight with your legs together by stretching in front of you. Keep your head, neck, and spine erect. Second, place the palms on your respective knees. Third, now bend your head and trunk slowly forward to catch the toes with the thumb, index and middle fingers without bending knees. Fourth, take a deep breath and exhale slowly. Try to touch your head to both your knees. Fifth, bend the arm and try to touch the elbow on the floor. Sixth, exhale completely and holding out your breath. Seventh, stay in this posture for a few seconds. Eighth, after few seconds slowly return to your starting position. Breathe normally. 9. Repeat this 3 to 4 times. Benefits. Stretches lower back, hamstrings and hips. Stretches and lengthens the entire spine. Useful for increasing height. Reduces fat in the abdomen. Massages and tones the abdominal and pelvic organs. Tones the shoulders. Improves digestion. Gomukhasana, Baddhahasta, the cow face pose. Sequence. First, sit in Gomukhasana. simply arranging the legs only. Second, now fold your right hand at the elbow and take it towards back. Third, place the back part of the palm on your back. Palm should remain in between the two shoulders. Elbow will point towards the ground. Fourth, fold your left hand at the elbow and bring it to the back from above the shoulder. Elbow should point towards the sky. Fifth, now hold fingers of right hand from the fingers of left hand. This is called Baddhasta Gomukhasana. Sixth, now release your hands, stretch out your legs. Then again practice it from the other arrangement of the legs and hands. Benefits. It helps relaxing your body and muscles. It strengthens the muscle of the back and biceps. It gives a good stretch to the ankle region, hips, thighs, shoulders and spine. It also acts as a cure for illnesses like diabetes, blood pressure problems, and other diseases. It is even beneficial for those suffering from sciatica pain. Bhadrasana, the gracious pose. Sequence. First, sit in the Vajrasana position and separate the knees as wide as possible and keep both the heels underneath the hips. The soles of the feet support the buttocks. Second, hold the great toes with the hands behind the back and keep the chest and back straight and steady. Third, close your eyes and concentrate on your breathing or use any of the gazing mudras. Slight variations of this asana are Mulbandhasana and Gorakshana. Fourth, stay as long as you feel comfortable and revert to the basic asana. Do pranayam and one of the mudras for 5 minutes after this asana. Benefits. It prevents prostate enlargement, prevents weakness of the perineal muscles. It relieves sciatica and helps strengthen leg muscles. Tadasana, mountain pose. Sequence. First, stand straight keeping your feet flat on the ground with your heels slightly apart. The bases of your big toes should be touching. Distribute your weight evenly between both of your feet. Second, keep your thigh muscles firm without hardening your belly. Lift the insides of your ankles ever so slightly so that your feet appear to be cupped. Third, extend your shoulder blades and arch them slightly towards the back. Keep them stretched and then slowly release them back. But while you are doing that, do not push your ribs forward. Lift your sternum slightly and bring your arms behind your torso. Fourth, bring the center of your head directly in line with the center of your pelvis. Keeping your chin parallel to the floor, soften your throat and eyes. Stay in this position for at least 30 seconds. If you can keep your balance for longer, try to maintain it for about a minute. Continue to breathe easily. Benefits. The pose can also help you reduce the effects of flat feet. The pose improves your posture. The pose strengthens the lower part of your body and load-bearing joints. The pose helps improve concentration and increase alertness. Uddiyana Bandha, the abdominal lock. Sequence. First, exhale completely. Notice that you do this pressing in with both your chest and abdomen. You can pretend to be blowing up a balloon as much as possible with one breath. Do a mock inhalation using your chest, locking your glottis and restraining air from entering your lungs, and at the same time relax your abdomen. If you get confused about how to prevent air from entering your lungs, you can try to inhale without inhaling while blocking your mouth and nose with your hands. You should feel your chest lift. Third, holding the breath. Try harder to inhale while keeping your abdomen relaxed. Your upper abdomen will form a deep concavity that extends up underneath your rib cage. This is Uddiyana Bandha. Fourth, relax your mock inhalation, letting your chest and abdominal organs drop and your abdomen release forward. Fifth, press gently in with your chest and abdomen, thus equalizing air pressure on the inside and outside of the body, and gently inhale without gasping. Benefits. Strengthens the abdominal muscles and diaphragm. Stimulates intestinal activity and helps relieve constipation. Stimulates the pancreas and is helpful for diabetes. Strengthens the immune system. Stimulates blood circulation in the abdomen. Agnisra. Sequence. First, sit in Padmasana and keep the hands on the knees. In a comfortable position, close the eyes slightly and concentrate on the mind with normal breathing. Second, exhale slow, deep and stable breathe. Stop the breathe outside, that is, do Bahirmukh. Stretch both the hands straight and keep them on the knees with slight pressure. Contract and expand the stomach. Try to touch the navel deep inside the stomach. Third, Keep the stomach and hands normal before doing Purak, i.e., inhale. Now take deep, stable and slow. Breathe. Fourth, this is one cycle of Agnisar Pranayama. In one cycle, contract and expand the stomach at least 10 times. Increase the number to 30. In the beginning, practice it for 5 times and then slowly increase it up to 15 cycles. During winters, you can practice it for 25 cycles. Breathe normally, rest for some time, and then do Shavasana. Benefits: helps with constipation, indigestion, and loss of appetite. Helps to reduce belly fat. Overcomes laziness, disinterest, and strengthens the internal organs, muscles, nerves, and blood veins. Cures asthma, tuberculosis, and other serious diseases. Cures the entire throat-related problems and old kapha problems. It cures sleepiness and circulates inner energy.